What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. From Overshadowed to Overpowered, Episode 8. So in this episode, Eftal intends to lose to Abe, like basically just like throw the fight, but Abe is significantly weaker than him, so Eftal does like a feint kick, and it's powerful enough to knock out Abe. So now what's funny is so there are students they think that the reason Eftal's getting special treatment is because like basically humans are believed to be better swordsmen than demons, but despite being weaker in magic. So basically, they believe that Merlin's there to work on their actual swordsmanship skills. Eftel's like, oh yeah, that's totally why I'm here. Abe is pissed. And now Anastasia steals Rikery from the mansion later and at that night. And so basically now slave crests they're not supposed to be used for committing crimes. Like that is actually illegal to do that. But you know, it's revealed that she has like a special slave crest. This type of crest that's actually illegal to have for someone to put on someone, but it can be used to force slaves to commit crimes. And apparently, the reason Eftal hadn't dealt with this because he was waiting for whoever her master was to activate, so Eftal could trace you know, trace who it is and then free her. Now Merlin's concerned because special crests are contracts with gods, and that if one is broken, it can earn the wrath of a god. Now it's real that Abe and his family are Anastasia's masters. Basically, so she's part of the Bernova clan. Basically, so there was a war 300 years ago between the Bernova clan and the Portes clan. Abe is part of the Portes clan. Basically, there was a war. The Bernovas allegedly started a war with the Portes who won, and then basically after winning, they forced Bernovas to forge a special slave contract, basically where the whole clan's enslaved to the Portes for all eternity, and it gets passed down, once someone dies. Like Anastasia got it when her sister died, and basically if she has children, the crest would pass on to them. And well, like basically Abe seems to imply like he's gonna like I guess have someone be like the one who impregnates her. Doesn't say who. He doesn't say who. Honestly, the way he was like, yeah, there are concerns. Now, so basically, what each person in the clan can do is they have to steal 5 artifacts for the Portes clan. That's each generation do it. Now, as now Anastasia's sister Tatiana had stolen 3 before dying. Now, Anastasio had stolen 2 to finish out the 5, but she has freedom, but like the special crest is intergenerational, so her children are the ones who will pass down have to get a new set of 5. And and then and basically so Abe like later like says like invalidates him, saying that the basically to satisfy the 5 owed by her generation, Anastasia must steal 3 more to get a full 5 herself. and Abe tells her that the Bernova clan was actually innocent, and that was so that the Portes were the ones who actually started the war and basically took over the Bernova's territory and enslaved them. So like it was the Portes that stole that invaded the Bernova's territory, conquered them, and enslaved them. Yeah. So it's revealed that the whole contract was based on a lie. Yeah, it's not gonna go well. So now I don't know how Eftal's gonna trace the crest. He's probably about to appear and deal with Abe personally. Now I don't think he has told Merlin that Anastasia is her relative. I don't know why he hasn't explained that. Now he says like he tells Merlin it's like when he took her in, took like Merlin and he's gonna take care of Anastasia to the end. The thing is, before Anastasia leaves, before she steals like Rikery, like basically she and Eftal are eating dinner, and Anastasia offers to be Eftal's sex slave. She even starts taking off her clothes, like takes off her clothes and down to her undergarments, and Eftal's like, no, 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 I that is Eftal's like, no, put your clothes back on. He's like he tells her he wants her to like eat with him, not instead of like serving him. It's like Anastasia is still used to like being a slave and all that, so I guess that was like her last like try to I guess one last thing I guess before like she would steal the relic or whatever. So yeah, I thought it was a good episode. So yeah, that contract's probably about to be broken soon. We'll see how all that goes. Next week if that's what happens. But yeah, I thought it was a good episode. Looking forward to the next one. The Exiled Heavy Knight knows how to game the system. Episode 7. So in this episode, Alimus, basically Golden Rana. They have like these low health and attack damage, but and basically they can when the drop stage they have are very valuable. Root says that they're very hard to catch, and adventurers can get lured to worse monsters like that are actually threats. And so Limus, realize basically so the game and then this world, that's ways they differ. I guess Rana aren't as elusive in the game. So Limus tells Roos to use her new skill points and use it for Fool's Acrobatics to get 2 new abilities. So they find the Rana, and so basically Roos uses a acrobatic amble to run on the ceiling and drop and move and steers the Rana towards Alimus, and you know Alimus uses a light from a healing crystal to stretch to make the shadow longer, and Alimus pins the Rana with Shadow Stomp. Now it's still a high defense, so Ruchi Ruch attacks it with Iron Piercer Dagger and Dice Thrust, and she rolls a 6, so she is able to amplify. So and basically she gets guaranteed critical hits, and so the hit like kills the Rana. Roots gets up to level 27, Limus gets up to level 30, and gets the item that Limus wanted, which was the Dazzling Rod Decorative Gold. Well, Decorative Blade, so which is 17 million gold, so like yeah, he's got that's a lot of money. So, you know, basically so he's like about a little under a third away to being able to buy that skill book. So he has like 38 million left. So we'll see how that goes, like far as other quests go to get the money. But yeah, I thought this was Good episode. It's funny seeing Ruch's interactions with Alimus. They were funny. So yeah, that was a good episode. Looking forward to the next one. Mebius Dust, episode 6. So in this episode, then so the team is they meet up and so this one dog guy in the group try has to go take a piss and he's taking a while. So our team member looks, sees a note. Basically, the guy leaves, so they try to go after. So yeah, then um, so you know, so the team tries to find the dog, and so Arky's able to find him and basically help someone pay for bottles that the dog accidentally caused to break, and so you don't really have a game in this. You just have it's basically more slice of life stuff. And you have one team member is trying to play guitar and the is able to play basically the show's opening theme, whatever, on acoustic guitar. That was fine. And something where Arky's been having weird dreams lately, and basically something probably is going on with Mebius dust, like his exposure to it. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I thought it was a decent episode. Not really, it wasn't dealing with any games. It was just yeah, just simple slice of life thing. So yeah, I thought it was decent. Looking forward to the next episode. The Brink of War. So this is a biopic about the the peace talk meetings, in Iceland between President Ronald Reagan and the United States and um you know Secretary General Mikhail Gorbachev of the Soviet Union. So basically, it mostly takes place, the whole movie takes place at Reykjavik, outside the few clips of Nancy Reagan when she's on the phone talking with Ronald Reagan. So basically, it's the whole story. Reagan and Gorbachev doing their negotiations that about reducing nuclear arms to zero. With the things that caused discourse mainly were because both were okay with trying to get nuclear arms to zero and gain their allies to do the same. Main points of discussion were that caused discourse that led to talks to break down were human rights issues. You had this cellist who had defected from the from Russia to the U.S. His sister wanted to visit him for his birthday. Gorbachev was not wanting to do that because, well, basically he was concerned about her defecting because that would be a very public embarrassment. And you have Gorbachev wanting SDI, the Strategic Defense Initiative, which was mockingly called Star Wars. I guess they couldn't use that the term Star Wars in this movie for due to I guess copyright. Who knows? I don't know. But I mean SDI, very established what SDI was, to help the counter mechanism against nuclear weapons because Reagan was not a fan of mutually assured destruction, you know, and so yeah, you have subplot of Riza Gorbacheva doing her little PR tour with the journalists following her and her basically mocking Nancy Reagan, with Riza being in Iceland with her husband, but Nancy not being there with Ronald Reagan. And you have yeah, the whole movie just mostly takes place in that house outside the Riza scenes, and I would say it's pretty good. It is a very good movie. The humor, so there's the sub. So what happens, you have the CIA. There's this whole room. You have one side of the room, you have the CIA. The other side, you have the KGB. They have this tape on the ground that splits it. They make a border between CIA and KGB, and you have the bathroom. So when someone, basically whenever they're waiting on someone to get out of each agency's bathroom. They're just mocking each other, like they're just roasting each other. It was so fun. Like the KGB and CIA roast each other was just freaking hilarious. And like you have, I'll say the actors do a really good job. Like Jeff Daniels as, Ronald Reagan, does very good. Like, and you have Jared Harris as Mikhail Gorbachev. He probably gives the best performance of the movie, in my opinion. J.K. Simmons is also really good as George Schultz. So yeah, I thought it was a very well acted movie. How they handled all the subject matter, like the actual history, what all they were negotiating about. I thought it was very good. So yeah, I highly recommend this movie. Well, that's it. Did, did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.